Hello and welcome back to Gregory Enterprises Week 11. Today we're going to be covering three topics: how to not oversell your client or your product, identifying buying signals, and creative selling. Let's jump right in with how to not oversell your product or yourself. How to not oversell. The definition of that is to exaggerate the merits of. Oftentimes it's very easy for a salesperson to be in a presentation and they're afraid they're not going to get the sale, so they keep talking, they keep repeating themselves. They keep going over the old selling points and talking points, and they don't add anything new to the conversation. They don't involve the prospect, they don't think out of the box, and they don't start to look for all of the different signs and signals to alert themselves how to not oversell. And what they do, they start to exaggerate the merits of their product or of themselves, and they start to tell about how wonderful they are. They start to say that their product can do this and can do that, or has a lot of things which are really not only maybe not that are irrelevant, but also that they're exaggerating, and they're telling the prospect that that the product can do things that it really can't do, because they're just so uptight about making that sale. What you need to do is be calm, cool, and collected. Do your homework on the prospect like we've talked about in previous videos. Understand your product, understand exactly what it can and can't do, and be dead honest with them. Look them in the eye, lay it out firmly for them, let them know that you will be there to help them both before and after the sale, and basically sell it by not overselling. Don't continue to talk past the point of the sale. Once the sale's been made, once you're sure that they understand it correctly, start going in on your closing strategy. Confirm your customers' and your clients' expectations. Make sure that they know that you know what they're expecting. So re-review that. That's not overselling. That's just basic good sales sense, kind of sales 101. Review with them so they understand that what they're going to be getting, and that you understand it so you can deliver on that promise. When you oversell, you run the risk of overwhelming your customer. Don't overwhelm them with all kinds of things that are irrelevant, or all kinds of things which are just going to distract them. Just cut to it, really do it correctly, and know when to start backing off. Otherwise, you're going to lose their interest. They're going to get bored with you. And what you do is you run the risk of losing momentum on the sale. So you want to just keep it to the point. Don't oversell it. Cut to the chase. Don't overwhelm them. Keep your momentum going. And also, when you oversell, you know what you do? You risk playing all of your cards and using all of your strategies. When you've given all you've got to give, and then they ask for one more little perk, you don't have it. You don't have it because you've oversold it. So just show up, be alert, know your product, lay it out, be concise, don't oversell it, don't over-exaggerate or promise it. People really respect the fact that you are sticking to your script. Extremely, extremely important. And re-review and overview with them exactly what it is that the product or what you're going to do for them. And then close the sale. It's that simple. Don't wear them out. If you want to visit, if you want to talk about things that are irrelevant, do that after the fact to bond with them, or do it prior to. But when you're in the middle of that sale, be specific. That's identifying buying signals. The first thing I want you to do, and we talked about this 2-3 weeks ago, is read their nonverbal cues. You can tell a lot about an individual if they're going to look you in the eye, if they're going to pay attention to you, if they're going to focus and give you the respect to sit down with you and have you in a setting to where you can have some privacy. These are all buying signals. When they start to ask about payment options, you know darn well that they're interested. When they start to ask about price, maybe they'll say to one of their partners or a co-worker or a manager or someone, they may say, hey, what do you think about that idea? Those are all buying signals. Extremely, extremely important. when they start to ask about the contract specifics. So, when they start to ask questions, you've got them on the hook. It's when they just don't give you any response, and they don't look you in the eye, and they're not giving you the time of day, and they're interrupting your sales pitch by talking to other people. Those are very negative buying signals. So really read them. Read those nonverbal cues. When they start to nod their head, when they start to the ladies sometimes will start, playing their hair and kind of look at you differently, and they'll start to relax. Or when people in general start to smile more, and you've got them. You've got them. When they start to repeat the benefit statements you've already given them. So they say, so you mean I can get this and this and this, and you mean I can have an exclusive, and you mean the promotion will go for this amount of time, and you'll do this kind of follow-up with me, and it has this kind of a guarantee. When they start to do that, you know that you're in their thought process and they're really paying attention. So an overview, read their nonverbal cues. Pay attention when they start to ask questions. The second they start to ask a question, in my mind, I say, I got them, because they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to understand it. And you might be selling the same product, or would have sold the same product for many, many years, or in my case, for decades. It's very easy for us to assume that they understand it. Don't be in a hurry. Show up and have your appointments when you can take time. It's only fair to them. Give them the respect of your time and be super courteous with them. Let's talk about creative selling. Creative selling, I like to use a very well planned out strategy to secure the sale. I'll say it again, to use a very well planned out strategy to secure the sale. I think about who I'm going to see, what time of day I'm going to see them. I think about the product that they're going to be buying. I try to think about what strategy would work best for them based upon perhaps what part of the country they're in, what their experience is, if they're a long-time business owner, if they're new, whatever it may be that would help them. I try to go over in my mind. So always go over your game plan, really review it and make sure that you understand it, and so that they can understand it and simplify it for them. Let's maybe break it down a little bit. Let's talk about on creative selling. Maybe we can target very specific groups with a very specific promotion. It's not a one-size-fits-all. When you're out selling things and when you're dealing with people, whether you're going in to see them, whether you're on the phone, whether they're coming in to see you, everyone has a different need. Everyone has a different personality. You're dealing with human beings that have had many, many different experiences, and so try to target a promotion or a need that they have. Try to find that very specific need, and use a strategy and use a specific promotion that you can offer to them that would help them. Now, I'm going to tell you about a very, very vital one. Offer upgrades. Offer upgrades instead of very specific promotions. When people walk in and say, well, we got this going, we can do this for you today. Take the time to get to talk with them and already know in advance what you can do price-wise, and offer an upgrade. And tell them, say, look, I'm not the kind of person that's going to play the game. We're going to mark it up to mark it down and all this kind of stuff. What we would like to do, other than play the pricing game, that's just not fair to you. We're going to give you an upgrade. So not only are we going to give you the very best price from the very, very beginning, but we're going to also upgrade. And know in advance what you're allowed to do and what you can do based upon your product, what you're selling. Take the time to attend special events with them. Get to know them on a personal level. Not always just so that you can network and so that you can piggyback off that, but get to know them as a human being. I had a situation this past week where I went back to an individual that spent some extra time with me. And I said, I would like to pay it forward. I would like to do something for you absolutely free because you're a good human being. And I threw in a $600 upgrade on something which had already been bought and paid for, just because that's the right thing to do. Sometimes you do it because it's the right thing to do. Maybe join a B&I group, or maybe join a special chamber of commerce, some social group where you can get to know everyone. That's where you can maybe do some networking and bring in other people which you've sold and worked with so that it establishes your credibility. Something that I like to do, I've got a portfolio presentation that has about 67 pages of testimonials in it, all the way from 30-something years back to current to present. I like to stay very current on the people that I'm working with and keep everything current. Well, here's the deal. I like to, in my portfolio, when I go through my testimonials, when I'm updating them and having them current, I like to go through and pick out 5 or 6 or 7 of my very key high-end clientele or things which are very popular, and I like to buy gift cards, increments 5, 10, 15, 20, up to $50. I'll always have a couple $1,000s of gift cards on me at any given moment. So when I'm working with an individual, let's say they have children, I say, what do you guys like to do? Do you like to go miniature golfing? Do you like ice cream? Do you like movies? What do you like to do as a family? And I'll talk to the children. They'll respond. Gives me a chance to get to know the children, and it showed genuinely that to the parents that I care about them. And then I'll say to the parents, what do you do? What as a family? What is something that's important to you? What's your favorite restaurant? And then I'll be going through my portfolio. And when I read them on their nonverbal cues, and they go, oh my gosh, we love to go to that ice cream parlor. Oh, that's our favorite restaurant. Or, oh, I'll remember that. About 20, 30 minutes into the presentation, as I'm going towards the close, I'm going to say, you've been phenomenal today, and I so appreciate you. And I remember that you said that you love to go to XYZ business. In this case here, in Utah, there's a business that I work with some of the franchisee people. It's Cold Stone Creamery, Cold Stone Ice Cream. And I'll reach over to one of the children, I'll give them a $10 gift card. Or I'll say to the father, here's a $50 gift card, whether you buy or not. You're just a really, really great mom or a really, really great father, really great family. And I would like to do this for you. It shows that you're genuine. It shows that you're human. It shows that you're not a robot. It shows that you're just trying to do the right thing for the right reason. And you're really genuinely, if you're honest, you're trying to help them by giving them something that's going to benefit them or their family. You're trying to fulfill a need, but you're going a little bit above and beyond. My goal in these videos is to find those of you who really have a need and really have a desire to improve your skills. If you would ever like to talk to me, you can contact me anytime at gregwayenterprises@gmail.com or go to my website at gregwayenterprises.com. Every Monday by 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, we're going to be posting a new video. Share them on social media. Take the time to review these. Take the time to take some special notes. I look forward to talking to you folks next week. Have a great week. Talk to you next time. Goodbye.